Be your second to last chance today. 5:30 will be the last keyword, but we'll do one here in a minute. Guardians game tonight, provided all this stuff moves through, and hopefully it will. There's still plenty of time for that to happen. 7:10 tonight is the last of 4 against the White Sox, who won last night. So we'll see what happens tonight. Bill will be there. And he might... here, I'll say this. Don't get between him and the player that is the target of his japes. Because it'd be like being in the path of a machine gun. You don't want to be there. Right? Is that fair to say? When you're firing one off at a player, you don't want to...
My japes.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, really japed me good.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if you listen to the show on iHeartRadio, it's a free app that we have around here that a lot of people use. Leave us messages there. If you do it around the United States or Canada, tell me where. We have yet to establish a Mexican bureau chief. You can get this all throughout North America. We have a lot of Canadian bureau chiefs. Sean is in the godforsaken hellhole of Indianapolis. I'll assume under duress. Kevin listens in Miami. Amanda is our bureau chief in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Troy is in Bottineau, North Dakota. And Greg listens in Temagami, Ontario. Shaquille O'Neal is getting ready to open about 50 chicken restaurants in the great state of Texas. We have a lot of bureau chiefs down there, too. Now, when you look at
Shaq... calling it Chicken Shack?
They really, really should.
It's right there.
I think I don't know that they're calling that Chicken Shack. Of course, the band Jimmy's Chicken Shack might own some version of that trademark. It's called Big Chicken.
Nice.
Chicken Shack would have been so good.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't. Yeah. Didn't he already do a show called Chicken Shack?
I don't
He did
know.
a show.
Is that the one where he dressed up in a chicken costume and ran around the city playing basketball against people?
It was like a reality show he did that was called Chicken Shack. So maybe they couldn't, I don't know.
Big Chicken Shack.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Big Chicken Shack? Okay, so big chicken restaurants are going to open up in Texas. And why not? Shaq looks like a guy who knows his way around a plate of food. But he really yo-yos, too. Sometimes you'll see Shaq. He's just a
got
huge
it in
guy.
order. He's
so,
a
did he
giant
really?
man. And there's, he ballooned up. He had a rough couple of years. He lost a lot of family friends.
Okay.
Like family and friends. I think he lost his sister to cancer. And he
Oh, really?
He got pretty big. And then I think he dropped about 100 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And I think he's pretty close to, there's pictures of him with abs. I don't know if he's kept it all off, but
okay.
he's slimmed down a bit.
Can you get diabetes from your height? Because, boy, that would put him in a high-risk group.
It's called diabetes.
Diabetes is what that is. Shaquille O'Neal recently moved to Dallas. That's his home now. And so he's expanding the big chicken chain all throughout Texas. Texas used to be number one for business. That's not the case anymore. It's North Carolina now. But Texas, still famously very light on regulations. They don't give a fat frog's ass what you do there. They don't have building zoning codes in Houston. They don't have state income tax, something like that. So it's obviously very attractive for people who want to do something like this. Most of them are going to be concentrated in the Metroplex, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So imagine that. You come out of nowhere and you saturate the market with your chicken restaurants.
It's not the only thing that's saturated. Juicy, juicy chicken. Is something
So that's how you sell
wrong?
the chicken?
Is something what?
You want some juicy, saturated chicken?
Do you guys like
auditioning.
like your birds saturated? Yeah.
Is it flavorful? Yes, saturated with flavor.
Saturated with flavor.
But no saturated fat.
Now, wouldn't you know it, because everything with Shaq is a wink and a nod, all the menu items are going to be all clever. There's going to be a Charles Barkley sandwich. There's going to be the food looks good.
A Chuck's Cluck?
If you can, I don't know what I don't know what it's called, but the food looks good. You know? I mean, like, I'm a sucker for KFC coleslaw.
It's good coleslaw.
I don't know if it is.
Their beans
I just
are
know
solid.
it tastes good to me. Huh?
Their green beans are really
Well, the
good.
beans are supposed to be solid. If you get liquid beans,
You've never
They're
had
in
liquid
liquid
beans?
butter.
something has happened.
They're buttery beans, though. It's buttery
Green beans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant baked beans.
No.
Oh, I'd never get fast food green beans.
They are so good.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do they have slivered almonds?
No, they have little pieces of what I think are supposed to be bacon.
Oh.
At one point, it was.
But doesn't it have a bunch of butter on it, too? Like, I don't want
No.
that. Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Oh,
It's.
I don't
It does
know.
not have butter on it.
What do you think that water is that they're floating in?
Bean juice.
It's saturated bean juice.
You ever opened a can of beans? There's juice in it.
So it's bean water.
Like peas.
It's not butter.
Pea juice, bean juice, corn juice. It's not butter.
Pretty sure there's some butter in there.
We marinate our green beans in pea juice.
A little crossover.
So
I'll eat a family size side of KFC green beans.
family sized.
Yes. Large.
I think that family-sized things, I'm surprised out of all of how food in this country keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The family-sized items don't seem to be getting bigger. And the families in general in this country are getting bigger.
Yes.
Like a family-sized bag of chips.
KFC.
It's not that big.
No.
Like one person could blow through half that bag in a sitting.
I'm just thought of because the bean juice that you speak of, it always seems like it's like kind of oily. So I thought
Yeah,
that's why it
bean
was.
juice is oily. Have you
No,
ever?
It's watery.
Well, okay, no, because like French
looks
cut
like-
green beans have like that same type of consistency.
I haven't eaten.
I'm not eating fancy. Yeah, I'm not
Dude,
eating
I
your fancy
love-
French cut beans.
I love green beans.
I like
But they have
green
to be
beans. I
done
like
right.
fresh green beans. I don't buy.
I
green
don't
beans in a
see.
can.
I
Bill
don't
likes
like,
them to snap.
like the crunchy, real cooked green beans. Not a fan.
Same.
I want canned,
Yes.
pretty mushy.
I want Jolly Green Giant
Yes!
green beans.
Yes, same
yeah, those
way.
are good. Alan, Big Chicken is already on a bunch of Carnival cruise ships, and the food is really good.
A side of green beans from KFC only has 5 grams of carbs, 0 grams of fat, and 1 gram of protein. A family size, 25 calories. Family size, only 80 calories.
I mean, it seems to me that chicken must just be really cheap, because every restaurant that goes up now are chicken restaurants. There's Chicken Slims out in the western suburbs. There used to be a Chicago Chicken and Waffles downtown. There's like a Roscoe's here or something. Every new place is a goddamn chicken joint.
Dude,
Tenders, whatever, Raising Cane's.
a family size side of green beans would fit my macros perfectly because it's only 15 grams of carbs. It's
there
got
you go.
9 grams of fiber, which is like
You
what
need
you
that
need.
fiber. You need that fiber.
Although 930 milligrams of sodium.
The salt is
That
what gets you.
one.
And you can't bloat before your movie shoot
I
on
won't do it
Sunday.
today. I won't do it today. Next week, though.
Just don't forget yourself.
I won't. Tomorrow's the cheat day. I have to film something in the morning at a restaurant, so I'm going to eat various menu items that day. And then we got Big Mac pizza at night. So tomorrow's the cheat day. Back on track Friday, Saturday. Shoot the film Sunday.
Is the Big Mac pizza the singular? Is that the singular item in the cheat day?
No, I said I have
The
to.
whole day is the cheat day.
Yes, because I have to shoot a promo thing at a restaurant in the morning. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to have various menu items. So I'm like, there's no way I'm going to mess around trying to calculate macros.
But you
at
have to
this
take a
shoot.
bite of them.
I have to physically eat
On
them.
camera.
Yes. So I can't. I'm not going to mess around with it. So I said,
You know, like in
all
the
day Thursday.
like in the commercials, they don't actually take a bite of the hamburger. You can't.
They want you to. This is one of
Fake it.
those. They want you to like bite it and be like, melts in your mouth.
Well,
or
yeah, they
whatever.
do that in the other commercials too. But like the
then you got
Wendy's
the spit
commercial with a
cup.
hot girl, this guy, she's not really taking a bite of the hamburger.
They got the spit bucket.
What, you take a bite and
You
then
take a bite,
spit it out?
and they go, it was good, and then you spit it out. Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
I'm not
that's
gonna
what
do
they
that.
talk
It's called
about.
an
that.
eating disorder, Mary.
I'm gonna eat it.
On Parks and Rec is when you're filming a scene, you'd use a spit bucket for food if it was a scene where you're eating food, and Aziz Ansari was like, Chris Pratt never used the bucket.
No,
He
I
would
won't
just
either.
Eat all the. They're like, okay, you have to eat a hamburger every time we film the scene, and he just would eat 8 hamburgers.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. No,
So you've got it all figured out.
Yeah, that's why the whole day is going to be cheat day, because I plan on eating enough during the thing in the morning to tide me over until Big Mac pizza at night.
Tide you over.
Yes.
You're worried you'll go hungry between
I'm
the middle
always
of
hungry.
the middle. That's different than going hungry.
Yeah.
I think people eat because they're bored.
No.
Yep.
People go, I'm hungry. Go, I bet you're not.
Drink a glass of water.
When
If
was
you're
the-
still hungry, you can have a snack.
When was the last time you were hungry?
Today.
Hungry.
I
Really?
was hungry when I got to work today because I
You hadn't eaten breakfast or anything like
I
that?
ate a quick breakfast because I woke up late for therapy.
Like,
so
I don't
had-
eat breakfast and I'm not hungry.
I eat breakfast every single day. So, and I normally eat like a big breakfast, but today I just had a rice cake with some peanut butter and apple slices on
On
it.
a plate in her car with 2 glasses. Were they glasses? They
No,
look
they
like
weren't.
glasses.
They weren't glass. They were plastic.
All right.
But I had to take it with me because I was late for therapy. So I had a quick on-the-go breakfast.
Is that a paper plate or a real plate?
It was a real plate.
I think Albert called about that.
Oh, did
let
he?
me give her this money and I'll play Albert's call. Money here. It's $1,000. Chance for you to go fuel yourself. Second to last chance to win today. So listen close. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fuel yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword GRAND at WMMS.com. That's GRAND. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Albert left a message on the after hours line, and I wasn't quite sure what he was referring to, but it's. You can always leave us messages there. 216-986-8903.
Hey guys, it's Albert here. Hey Mary, as someone who don't have anxiety, I never understood it, but I didn't discount it. I just want you to know that after seeing your story with the open cups and the plate of food, I think I understand now, because that's all I had thinking about you trying to eat that thing on the highway and it flying everywhere. Honestly, this is a step below Alan's mixing Skittles and sweet tarts together, or whatever the hell he was doing, and thinking
Skittles
dark
and
chocolate is the superior chocolate. I mean,
M&Ms.
you're kind of a monster for this.
That's fine.
But love you. Bye.
Is he saying that dark chocolate is not the superior chocolate?
Most people
Is that
say
an
that.
arrow he's throwing at me?
That's
No,
what
most
most people-
children will say
Hell
that.
no.
And adults.
No adults will say that.
Most adults.
Okay, so explain this to me because I didn't see it. So I can infer
It's
what
on my
he's talking
Instagram
about.
story,
So
yes, it's
so you had cups in your car.
I had 2 cups because I had a coffee cup. I had a cup with coffee in it and a cup with water in it.
Neither of them with lids.
No, they're just cups.
Okay.
Coke cups from a restaurant I used to work at.
Mm-hmm.
And they took. And then on my plate, my glass plate, because we didn't have any paper plates, we don't have anything else. My only option for a plate is a glass plate. I had 2 rice cakes that had peanut butter and apple slices on them, and cinnamon. But I had to take that on the go and eat it while I was
this
driving.
plate was riding shotgun in your car.
Correct.
And you didn't want to put it in like a piece of Tupperware or anything like that.
No,
or-
because it had peanut butter on it, so I couldn't stack them. Because then the peanut butter would get all over the place.
But you're going to eat it.
Yeah,
Peanut
but I
butter get
don't
all
want it
over
to
the
get on my
place.
hands.
No, but the peanut butter would just be either on the top or the bottom. You're holding the rice cake from the edge.
Yeah. I didn't want to stack it.
That's the answer. I didn't
just
want
put
to
it on a
stack
plate because that's what I was
Okay.
doing.
Yeah.
I thought I had
So
enough
you
time
walk
to eat
to
it at
the
home.
you walk to the car like a waitress.
Yes.
You've got 2 cups and a plate of food.
I got the cup stacked in one hand, so I'm grabbing
Why
them
did you have 2 cups?
because I had water and coffee. I felt that I was
Why not just
a little
pour the water into the
dehydrated.
coffee?
Because
Drink the water.
what's wrong with you?
Bring the coffee.
It would be saturated.
I wasn't going to chug a full glass of water
All right, why not put the coffee in the
Why
water?
not
then?
wake up 4 minutes earlier?
because I actually was awake. I just didn't get out of bed in enough time. I was physically awake, but then I got out of bed and I thought I had enough time to do the things I needed to do, and I didn't, so I had to take the plate with me in the car. And then I sat and the plate was
Does
on my
your-
lap.
Does your therapist know that you do this? Because
No.
it probably
That's not what we
be
talked
like,
about today. We have bigger issues than
Can't see
How
you
do
anymore.
people?
plate in a
How do
car.
people? Explain to me as an adult. How do people not know how much time they have to do things?
Listen, I have to leave. It's 30 minutes to get to my
Right.
therapist's office, okay?
Gotcha.
So I need to leave by 10 a.m. to make
Right.
it to my 10:30 appointment.
Right.
It was 9:48, and I was like, I have enough time to eat a rice cake. I was like, for sure, I have enough time to have this cup of coffee and eat this rice cake. But this stupid macro diet, I have to weigh everything out. So now I'm trying to weigh out 16 grams of
But
peanut butter.
that's what I'm saying. You know you have to do that, so you didn't have enough time.
I didn't think it would take 12 minutes to make this breakfast.
But you've been meticulously measuring things for a while, so I would think
you were laying in bed too.
Don't worry about that. I thought that
she was weighing. Why not weigh in bed and lay in bed? Weigh your food in
would
bed.
love that. He'd love to have a food scale in the bed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I thought that this
street
whole
tomorrow.
process of preparing the food, it was 9:48. I thought the process of preparing the food might take 5 minutes, maybe. And then it's 9:53. I have 7 minutes to eat it. I can eat a rice cake in 7 minutes, no problem. That is not what it was. I had to cut up the apple and weigh out the apple and put the cinnamon on it and all this stuff. So then it was
Wouldn't
10
you rather
o'clock and
have
I had to leave.
give yourself the whole quarter hour, 15 minutes, right? It's a nice visually. It looks because
9:30, you start making your breakfast.
that way you're not up against it. I
got out of the bed at 9:30, made the bed, brushed my teeth, did everything I needed to do. 9:48, I got plenty of time. 12 minutes is plenty of time to put together a rice cake breakfast. It was not, so I took it with me.
So from getting out of bed to your go time, 30 minutes, and you go, I can do all this stuff in 30 minutes.
That's why I chose that breakfast, because I said that is a quick breakfast.
I don't have to cook anything.
I'm not cooking. I don't have any dishes.
You don't have to make your usual countryman's breakfast.
Correct.
Or whatever.
My 800-calorie omelet.
Oh, what happened to my russet potatoes?
Don't have to do any of that.
That'll get me going for the day. A belly full of taters.
Yeah. So then I'm thinking, it'll take me a minute to cut up the apple, a minute to put on the peanut butter. There you go.
But you didn't want to leave. I could see bringing the coffee. You didn't want to leave the water at home.
Because I hadn't had water yet that morning.
How does this diet work where you have to weigh all your macrons? Like, those are so high in sugar.
They are high in sugar, but as long as you get the right amount of them,
Not
you get
macrons,
20 grams.
Bill.
No, he's got it right.
Macaroons.
Macaroons.
Yeah. I've got that. They're so light and fluffy.
Not that heavy in your stomach.
Not those concrete macaroons. Oh, boy.
So I took the plate with the food in the car and my cups, and I tagged Bill, and I said, "Are you freaking out yet?"
Yeah, I didn't like it. I did not like it. It's not cool.
It was good, though. That is one of my favorite little snacks to have. Caramel rice cake, creamy peanut butter, apple slices, cinnamon on top. Very, very
So if
good.
it's one of your favorite things, why don't you eat it when you're not on this diet?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just will have the only
You
thing.
eat rice cakes when you're not eating healthy?
Yes. I
Really?
enjoy a caramel rice cake, yes. But the only thing that's different is that I can put more, I don't have to weigh out 16 grams of peanut butter. I can slather that bitch up when I'm not counting my fat grams. I have a big, thick part of peanut butter with the apple sticking in it instead of this little dusting of peanut butter. I eat the same things, I just eat more of them.
Got it.
And I'm not,
Okay. I just like to hear how the whole thing ticks.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what Albert didn't like. That's what Bill didn't like, is that I had a glass plate and 2 open cups in my car. Yeah. Nothing spilled. There were some crumbs, but that comes with eating in the car. There were a little brush
I
off.
don't like it. Many people don't.
Did you have it buckled in?
I did not, because I didn't want to get peanut butter on the seatbelt. Otherwise,
Can you
I totally
imagine if
would've.
she'd buckled her breakfast in and she's like, oh, I got peanut butter on my seat belt.
Click it or ticket.
That's right. Ma'am, are you riding with an unsecured breakfast?
Any good therapy talk today? Anything
Yeah.
to talk about or no?
I'm not going to blow up anybody's spot, but it did revolve around my boyfriend's daughter and some things that have been going on there and some learning how to parent and stuff like that. And it was good. Got a lot of really good tips. And
Lesson 1, don't take your breakfast
it's got
in
nothing
the car.
to do with being a parent. It's got nothing to do with
Well,
it.
That's a
That-
valuable lesson to teach a 6-year-old.
That has
Hey,
something to do with your parents.
time management.
Right. Time management would be something to teach her, yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't come up today, but we'll work on it.
Breakfast belongs in the kitchen.
Mary didn't have breakfast. She had a Brexit.
Don't clap at that.
Bill Squire, everybody. Yeah, you can see
It's
him.
Saturday Hilarity.
That's right. And tonight at the
Game with the
Guardians game. Yeah,
Not
right.
performing there.
All right. Well, yeah, not yet.
Did you have any indulge in any of the club seats food?
I didn't.
You knew that. Why'd you
No,
even ask?
I like to know.
Well, because sometimes
I like to
sometimes I
say it.
will, but I reflexively just went right for the bar,
What was the spread?
and then the Kurt man I didn't even see.
Didn't even look
Yeah,
at it.
didn't see.
Did you at least eat a hot dog?
I did not have a hot dog. Nope.
He had his 2 beers. He got hammered and yelled at children, and then he left.
I didn't get hammered. I just,
Screamed at some
He
toddlers.
got 2
Right.
beer cocky. That's what he got.
I had two huge drafts, and no, normally I probably would have, but we're sitting there chopping it up and watching the game and talking shop and whatever. So I didn't take the opportunity to go get in line, and I didn't see any vendors near me. I assume because we're in the club.
When you're in the club,
There's no vendors.
There's like the area where they have all the food. Where you
No,
go
that's what I'm
serve
saying.
yourself.
Like I didn't want to wait in line.
You don't need a vendor.
I understand that. What I'm saying is if I were elsewhere, I would have just hit up a vendor.
Yeah.
In the club seats, you got to go get in line, and I didn't feel like doing that.
Yeah.
They keep that line moving.
Well, some people they take their time, and it's their food. They can do whatever they want. But you see people going, well, I'm like, I want to go watch the game, man. I don't,
Get it.
That's just me. That's how. I said, can I put this plate of food on the seat next to me? And they tackled me. And
It has to be heavy enough to keep the seats
they
down.
beat me about the head, neck, and chest because they said, what kind of psycho would do that?
Well,
And I said, I'll tell you tomorrow.
as the seats in a ballpark do not move
They
in a
go
car.
up. They flip up.
Yeah, but it's
a
not the
dangerous
same-
place.
it's not the same.
It's a dangerous place to rest the plate because all of a sudden, boom, your plate's on the ground because it slid off when the seat went up.
And then I've got to eat all that food off of the ground at the ballpark.
No hands, too. Hands
No
behind
hands.
your back, neck out.
Yep. Like that bird on your desk dipping its beak
Yeah,
into the
right.
water.
That's you going for the nachos.
That's right. Let me break here. If you want to text for something, 35192 to do that. You can watch at alancoxshow.com if you like.